Hello everyone, Fina here from Fina Reads. Welcome back to my channel today with a book haul because I had some, inner itch. I had to go to a bookstore. I haven't been in a while. I'm trying to be very careful with books that I'm buying at the moment because this and everything that you can't see here is ridiculous and I need to get rid of some of those. I spent an amazing morning at Barnes & Noble's at the beginning of June. Mr. Josephine came with me. He always comes with me because, he is the one recommending the books to me. I would go out with just one book. He is the one that always finds stuff that, I could enjoy. Let's start showing off which books I picked. So first of all, I picked The Four Profound Weaves by R.B. Lamberg, which is a really short novella, under 200 pages. I picked this because, one, I love this cover, and then the vibe that this book was giving me just sounded amazing. If you've read Nnedi Okorafor's Remote Control, this book gives me a similar vibe. The Zurun nomads do not speak of the master weaver Benesret, who creates the cloth of bone for assassins in the Great Buri Desert. But aged Wizia must find her aunt in order to learn the final weave. In this breathtaking debut set in R.B. Lamberg's beloved Birdverse, The Four Profound Weaves offers a timeless chronicle of claiming one's identity in a hostile world. So it's definitely a little bit more flowery, more interpretation type of writing style, but it just, it felt right. I actually started reading a little bit already on this one, and I hope I will finish this in June. I don't expect this to be a quick read. This feels like something that you just want to enjoy a little bit at a time and let it sink in, and go from there. And then, no surprise, I had to pick Stephen King's You Like It Darker because they had it 30% off, so I just grabbed it. Thank you, Jake and Ian, for the FOMO that your videos cost on this. This is Stephen King's new short story collection that just came out like a week or two ago. Ian and Jake both read it already, both big Stephen King fans, and their reviews sounded fantastic. I leave links to their reviews down below just in case you want to take a look at them. I definitely don't want to let it sit for too long and rather read it rather quickly, especially since I have gotten a liking for Stephen King's short story collections. I've read the Nightmare one not too long ago, and I actually really enjoyed that one, so here's hoping. The next three books are more funny ones. I don't know why I was in that funny mood. The first one is actually one of the June monthly picks from Barnes & Noble's, which is the fantasy pick for them. It's called Dreadful by Caitlin Rosakis, and this one sounded just ridiculous. It's bad enough waking up in a half-destroyed evil wizard's workshop with no eyebrows, no memories, and no idea how long you have before the dread Lord whomever shows up to murder you horribly and then turn your skull into a goblet or something. It's a lot worse when you realize that Dreadlord whomever is you. This sounds so right up my alley. I love Walter Mörs or A.Lee Martinez types of books. If you've never heard of these, seriously people, what have you been reading? But both of those have a very quirky sense of humor, and that sounds like exactly that. So I'm really hoping this is going to be a quick, fun, entertaining, laugh out loud type of read, and I'm really excited about it. Also, cover and spine are gorgeous. The next book that I picked up purely because of the cover and then after I read the blurb also because of the blurb is Suburban Hell by Maureen Kilmer. Amy Foster considers herself lucky. After she left the city and moved to the suburbs, she found her place quickly with neighbors Liz, Jess, and Melissa snarking together from the outskirts of the PTA crowd. One night during their monthly wine get-together, the crew concoct a plan for a clubhouse, the She Shed, in Liz's backyard. A space for just them, no spouses or kids allowed. But the night after they christen the She Shed, things start to feel off. They didn't expect Liz's little home improvement project to release a demonic force that turns their quiet enclave into something out of a nightmare. And that's before the homeowners association gets wind of it. Even the calmest moms can't justify the strange burn marks, self-moving dolls, and horrible smells surrounding their possessed friend Liz. Together, Amy, Jess, and Melissa must fight the evil spirit to save Liz and the neighborhood before the suburbs go completely to hell. I'm really hoping this is a funny one, or at least more, if it is more jump scare, that it is at least something like The Horror Stir by Gray Hendricks, which is also more, with a funny undertone, like funny, ridiculous undertone, really. So I'm hoping it's like that, or something like iZombie. I would be totally up for that. The third book, more in the funny category, that I picked up is Murder Your Employee by Rupert Holmes, another one of those buy one get one for 50. This was one where the cashier and I joked a little bit around while he was ringing up my books with, "Ooh, we should read this in front of our boss, maybe not, haha." Who hasn't wondered what the world would be like if a person who's the object of your affliction ceased to exist? At the McMaster's Conservatory, future deletists, never murderers, learn the consummate execution of the homicidal arts. To this sumptuous campus come three memorable classmates, self-effacing Cliff Iverson, troubled Gamma Lindley, and Hollywood diva Doria May, all of whom have suffered menacing employers who richly deserve a deadly denouncement. Under the tutelage of Dean Harbinger Harrow and the fascinating faculty of McMaster's Halls of Poison Ivy, they hone their craft, each hoping to finesse a perfectly masterful murder. This sounds awesome. I mean, what else is there to say? This looks and just sounds like a really fun book that is, again, more on this ridiculous note, maybe more a bit snarky. But that was the last book that I picked up at Barnes & Noble's. And then when I came back home, I had a box sitting on my shelf that I was so excited for, and that was Dragon's Bane by Barbara Hambly, the Grim Oak edition, which is also signed. And I got those from Andrews Wizardly Reads. He recently had a special sale for his patrons where you could get books from his Pango store at an extra discount or something. I'll link to Andrew's Pango store as well, just in case you want to take a look at that. This was definitely not a planned purchase. This is one of those series that I've read forever ago and is one of those nostalgia fantasy series for me. And that's actually only the first book that is good. The rest is pretty terrible and gets worse with every book you read. If you look at Goodreads, you see that the last book has horrible ratings. I read that in German back then. This is one of the very few books that I actually brought with me from Germany to the US when I moved here. And yeah, it just has a special place in my heart. This is very typical classical fantasies, sword and sorcery type stuff. And what I thought is funny, Andrew, if you've watched his channel, you know that he always packs his books into this plastic wrap. And I actually have always wondered what that looks like in real life. So he had that done for this book, and I'm kind of impressed. So I might have to do that to my more valuable books as well. And then the last book that also came at the same time is book 4 in the Finlay Donovan series, which is Finlay Donovan Rolls the Dice by Al Cosimano. Definitely a book that I will read very, very soon, because this is the latest book in the series. It just actually came just out this year. And listen, I'm discovering Pango bookstores for me. I mean, I'm selling my own books there for a while now, but also for purchasing books, because you get PangoBooks when you sell your books, and then you can use them to buy other people's books. I'm super excited to continuing the Finlay Donovan series. I talked a little bit about it during my Way wrap-up, if you want to take a look, because I read the novella that is before this book. So novella is book 3.5. This is book 4. I read that anyway. So I talked a little bit about the series, and this one is just a super fun read. I know a lot of people that I talk to on a regular basis about books, they love that. It's just fun, it's quirky, it's feisty, you know, great characters to root for, and it's just a fun time. Alrighty folks, I hope you enjoyed my book haul. Usually I don't do them as much, but I just, you know, I had such a fun going to Barnes & Noble's the other day and just enjoying the bookstore vibe and the book smelling that I wanted to share that with you. What's your favorite bookstore that you go to on a regular basis? Do you have anything close by? How often do you go to the bookstore? Be honest. Let me know down in the comments, and then if you enjoy the content that I put out, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like the video. It really helps out the channel and I'm so appreciative for that. And then I hope I'll see you soon with my next video. Till then, have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.